The Humane Society of Sedona is located on Shelby Drive in Sedona. Open daily from 10 to 4, they offer adoptable dogs, cats, and rabbits too. This Humane Society will host up to 1,000 animals a year. Volunteers are always needed in local rescues and animal shelters. Ask to speak with the volunteer coordinator. Visit the Humane Society of Sedona online or in person for more information about adopting a new pet.
This is our beautiful Lexi. She came to us on September 23rd, and she is a female Labrador Retriever mix. She's only about a year old. She's very young. She was brought up to us by a gentleman who found her running loose, and he had her at his house with his kids and his other dog, and she got along great with the kids, got along great with the other dog. She's very calm. She's very sweet. She's a little bit shy at first, probably because of what her experience has been, but when she gets to know you, she's like a love bug, and she gets along seemingly with other dogs. She's a very, very easy walk. She's very self-contained and is very beautiful, would be great, I think, hiking on a trail, would be great playing with children. She could be just in the house with someone because she just is she seems to adjust to whatever kind of situation that she's in. So I think that she would just make a lovely, lovely addition to a home. And again, because she's so young, you know, you're going to have her for a very, very long time because she has got a lot of love to give. So we're hoping that you'll come and check her out and see if you could find a place for her at your home. Where you going?
This here is Dobbs. He is a 5-year, 3-month-old neutered Rottie mix. He is a great guy. He's kind of shy, but once you get to know him, as you can see, he'll stick right by your side. He does better with a quiet home. He's kind of a quiet guy himself, and he does like to lay around out in the sun. He doesn't do as well with cats, but as long as they have a place to get up high, if he chases them, they should do fine together. He loves other dogs, especially friendly dogs like himself. He does really good with them. And he does prefer a quiet home, so more mature children would be best for him that can understand how to give him some space when he needs it. Again, this is Dobbs. He is a 5-year, 3-month-old Rottie mix, and he is neutered.
This handsome boy with this white streak down his nose is named Rex. He came to us in the middle of July. His family was moving and couldn't take him with them. He's about 5 years old, and he's a healer mix, and he's very, very sweet. The family that turned him in said that he got along with other dogs and cats and kids, so he could be in any kind of a situation. He is very active. He likes to play, and he would be great in a backyard playing with balls probably, or going on a hiking trail. And he is a sweet boy. He likes people. He's not at all timid. And he just is looking for a home where he could be a great addition and be loved and give back love. And we're hoping that you come and check him out. He's a great size. He's not too big, and he is fully grown at 5 years, so he's not going to get any bigger. And he is he's just a wonderful, wonderful lad, and we want him to go to a great home. So please come check him out. Chunky Monkey. She is a very, very sweet Staffy Terrier mix that has a beautiful blue eye and a brown eye. She came to us in September as a stray, and she is just, I mean, I can't say enough about her. She's a wonderful, wonderful girl. She's great on her walk. She's one of the few dogs we can walk just on a collar. She doesn't need a harness. She actually doesn't like a harness. She'd prefer to just be on a collar. And when you get her up in our play yard, she is the most playful thing. She'll roll on her back and she'll do la cucaracha. She'll rub around on her back. She'll toss toys up in the air. She loves to play with toys, and she loves people. She loves to be petted, so she would be a great family dog to have. She would be okay, I think, with kids. Cats are probably not a good idea, and dogs probably need to be introduced. She's pretty particular about what dogs she likes, so she might be best as an only dog, but she just loves people, and she would be an entertainment unto herself in a home. She could lose a few pounds because she does like her food and her treats, but if you got her in a home, I think that she would be really nice to play with and to give you a lot of love and attention, and she would return it with all of her might. So please come and look at her, because she is just such a sweetheart, and she really does deserve a forever home, and we're hoping she gets one soon. This lovely girl is our Abby. Abby is a 2.5-year-old hound mix. She obviously has a lot of other things in her, though. She's got a gorgeous coat. She may have some shepherd in her as well, but she's got this gorgeous mascara-looking face. She has a very, very painted face, and she's just a very, very sweet, sweet girl. She's about 2.5. She came to us at the end of June. And she is just a very friendly and playful dog. I mean, she would be a great family dog. She would love to play with kids. She really behaves well on her walk. She's easy to walk on a harness. And she also loves to run around and play in the courtyard. So she's got good energy, but she can be very calm as well. And she is seems to get along with other dogs, so I think she'd be fine in a multiple dog household. Cats would need to be tested. But she's just a very, very sweet girl who just wants to go to a home that would give her lots of love and attention, and she would make an excellent athletic dog. She probably should have a fenced yard, because she really does like to run around. That would be the perfect situation for her. But once she got into a home, I think she would calm down, and she would just be a lovely, lovely girl, wouldn't you? Yes, you would. This is our drop-dead gorgeous Redmond. Redmond is a 4-year-old Staffordshire Terrier mix, and he's got this very intimidating face, but he's actually the sweetest boy on the planet. He's been obviously loved by somebody because he really does love people. He's very potty trained. He doesn't go in his kennel, so he's one of the first dogs that we take for a walk. And once you get him out on his walk, he behaves. He is very strong. He's got a lot of muscle. He's like 100% muscle. So he needs an owner who really can handle him. If he sees something like a rabbit or something, he might pull, so you'd have to be able to hold on to him. But he's not difficult to walk. We have one of our women walks him every day, and he goes along very nicely with her. He would be good with, I think, older kids, because he really does have a playful streak. Cats are probably not a good idea. He has a lot of energy and a lot of stamina, so it would be good to have maybe a yard where you could run around and play with him. He'd be great on hikes, because he does have a lot of strength in him. And he would just be a really good dog, I think, in a home to play with, and just probably lounge around on a couch. Once he got into a house, he'd love to do that. He behaves really well in his kennel. So he'd be a great dog to come and check out. He's got a gorgeous red color, and so we really love him. He's a very, very sweet, sweet boy. Look who we have here. Here we have Sugar and Puppy, two sisters that were given to us back in April, surrendered, not for any behavioral issues, just the owner couldn't keep them any longer. And they are 4 years old. Sugar is 4 years old, and Puppy is 2 years old. And they're very, very bonded with each other. They're shy dogs. They love attention. They love to be held, as you can see. They love food, as you can also see, given the bellies on both of them. And they're really, really interesting because you take them out, even with their weight and everything, they love to go on walks. And they walk so nicely together. You can almost put them on a tandem leash and walk them together because they just walk right next to each other as fast as their little legs could carry them. And they're very, very cute. And once you bond with them, they would be very, very affectionate. Puppy, when they first came in, they were super, super shy. Puppy has really kind of come out of her fear. Sugar is a little bit more fearful, but she's very sweet, and she likes to give kisses, as you can see. So they would be great in a household with probably without children, because a lot of excitement would not be good for them. But an older couple or a family that has a very calm home, they would be super in. So we're really hoping that you would, as you can see, they're Chihuahuas, they're Chihuahua mixes. They would be really loving in a home that gave them a lot of love and attention and had a quiet environment. And we're hoping they'll go together because they are so bonded with each other. But they really are lovely. They walk, sometimes there's 4 dogs in the kennel, all 4 of them walk together, and they walk perfectly fine with their other 2 kennel mates. So they're very, very well behaved, and we're hoping that you come and check them out. Well, who we have here is Ember. We playfully call her our Mae West of Staffies. She is quite the substantial lady, and she's very young. She's only a couple years old. She was found as a stray. She had a black collar on her, so she was somebody's dog, but no one came to claim her. And she is a real loving, loving girl. I mean, she's in with another dog in a kennel right now, and they love to play. She kind of bosses him around. She tells him what to do. But she is a very, very sweet girl and a little shy at first, but once she gets to know you, she is just loving. She gives great kisses. Thank you. And she would be great in a home that wanted a dog that was not overly active, although she does love to play with toys. She tosses toys in the air and has a great time in the courtyard with the toys. She would be best in a house with older children and probably no cats, because the breed is not known for their love of cats. But she could be with other dogs, so she could be introduced to other dogs. She's a very easy walk. She doesn't pull at all on her walk. And she could be in a backyard and would love to just have somebody to give her a lot of attention. And she could lose some weight. We could get some weight off of you. But she's just a lovely, lovely girl, and we're hoping that she finds herself a really loving home. Right? Yes, okay.
This here is Jack. He is a 3-year-old German Shepherd. He is neutered, and the ideal home for Jack would be an active family, because he's a very active dog himself. Someone who likes to hike, go out, have a big open yard for him to run around in. He would do great. He does prefer to be an only child. He is very friendly and very playful, and because of his high energy, he would do better in a home with older children. Again, this is Jack, and he is a 3-year-old neutered German Shepherd.
This hairy little Wookiee is named Punch. He's a 4-year-old terrier, male terrier mix that we had brought to us on October 10th as a stray, so we really don't have a lot of information about him. When he first came out, he was very shy, running around away from us in the courtyard, but he has become very affectionate now that he knows us. He's very easy to walk. He walks right by you and struts with his little legs, going as fast as they can. And he's been introduced to other dogs, and he seems to like them. He gets along great. We walked him with another dog today, and he just was fine. As a terrier, we'd probably have to test out cats, because terriers sometimes like to chase cats. But he is very, as you can see, mild-mannered. He's not crazy. He's very self-contained in his kennel. He doesn't run around and jump and bark. He's just a very, very mellow guy. And I think he would just love to be snuggling up on a couch with somebody and giving them a lot of love and affection and getting some in return. So we're hoping that you'll come and check him out, because I think he would make a loving, loving addition to anyone's home. So who we have here is Shivas and Tesa. These are 2 4.5-year-old Chihuahua mixes. They're both females, and they are the sweetest girls you'd ever want to meet. They came in together on October 3rd. They had to be surrendered because their owner lost his home, and he couldn't take them with him. And they are in a kennel with 3 other little dogs. They all get along famously. They're very, very loving. They love to run around the courtyard, and they play with anybody that comes up to them. They are not at all afraid of strangers. They just love people. And they're not at all barky. You know, sometimes little dogs can be loud. They're not. They're very, very sweet. They love to go on their walks together, on their tandem. And they love to just sit in people's laps. They love their treats. And they would just make, you know, anybody a lovely, lovely couple of dogs. We're hoping that they could go together because they came in together. But yes, and as you can see, they're very affectionate. And but if they can't, we understand that. But we just would love them to have good homes, because they are 2 of the sweetest little girls you'll ever want to meet. They'd love to sit in your lap and just give you lots of loving, as you can see. So if you would please come check them out, because they are very, very, very looking for a new forever home. So please come see what they're all about. They'll love to meet you. Right, girls? Yeah, I know.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Humane Society of Sedona.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Camp Verde Eye Care has moved, but not too far, just a few doors from where they were in the Outpost Mall. It's the same expert service from Dr. Jack Houston and his knowledgeable staff in their terrific new surroundings. Since 1976, Camp Verde Eye Care has been helping residents of the Verde Valley to see more clearly. Call for an appointment or visit them online at cv-eyecare.com. They're still in the Basha Shopping Center and have a beautiful new facility. Camp Verde Eye Care accepts care credit.
This is Pete. He's a 1.5 years old. He's orange tabby, neutered male. He came to us about a month ago with some of his siblings. Pete's used to living with other cats and dogs and with older children. He's usually pretty shy when he first sees you, but once he gets used to you coming around and petting him, he enjoys, he normally will enjoy sitting on your lap. And he just loves to be rubbed or to lie in the sun. Again, Pete, he's a 1.5 years old, available at the Humane Society. Good boy.
This is Willa. She is an Abyssinian mixed grey kitty, very beautiful. She's very, very athletic. She's 1 year, 6 months old, and the kind of home that would suit her is probably one that she'll be the only kitty, because she has this kind of very, very proud personality, which is very typical of Abyssinians, and they don't really mix generally with other cats very well. She is, however, a very sweet and beautiful kitty, and she is playful. She loves to play, and she would make a great home for a family, probably with older children, but probably no other animals in the house. And she is a pay-it-forward kitty, so all her fees are covered and prepaid, and the potential adopter, all they have to do is come in and fill out an application form, and we will discuss the adoption with them and then decide whether they are okay to adopt her. So we'll do the matching process. But she is a very, very sweet kitty, and she comes with all her vaccinations and microchip, as everything was already done. So yeah, come and take Willa home. She's such a great kitty.
Here we have one of the most unusual cats you will ever meet. This is Trixie Woo. Has a very special name for a very special cat. She not only is black, which is so special, we love our black cats, they're very affectionate, but she is a polydactyl, meaning she has an extra toe, and she's a Manx, meaning she has no tail. So she's got no tail and an extra thumb. And she is just the sweetest little thing. She just loves attention. She loves to be petted, so she would be a great lap cat. And she's also very playful. She does love to play. And her coat is kind of on the short side. She's not a really long-haired cat. But she is a cat that probably needs to be an only child because she's so special. She doesn't want to share a household. So you might need to have her just by yourself, but she would give you so much love and attention. She's purring like crazy. You can't hear her now, but she's loving to be petted and purred. So she would love to sit on your lap and get lots of attention. And when she walks, she does look funny because she doesn't have a tail, which is just fine. Then she says, I could just give you my wave in the hand, and I could just give you my hands up look. And I'm just a lovely, you can do anything with her because she just loves to be manhandled or woman-handled. So Trixie Woo would be the perfect perfect girl for a quiet home, because I think she would like to live in a place that wasn't very exciting, because she is very mellow and she's very loving. So hopefully you come check her out, because she is a gorgeous girl.
This is Honey, spelled H-O-N-I. She lost her human and somebody brought her to the shelter. She's a very sweet girl, a little bit shy, but she just warms up after a while. She's 7 years old, but that's young for a kitty. And she's got this beautiful fur. She's tabby, but she's got these beautiful splashes of gold on her. She really is quite exotic looking. She's very gentle, and I imagine she'd make a very good lap cat. She's probably more suited to a home that is very quiet, without children, with other dogs or kitties, but she would make a really great companion. She's very sweet, very loving, very trusting. This is Tubby. She is a beautiful Maine Coon kitty. She's 8 years old, and she may be called Tubby, but she's actually probably only around about the 14 to 15 pound mark, which is not unusual. She's really not that fat, and a little bit of weight management would soon take care of that. There's plenty of brands that do weight management. She seems to be very comfortable sat on my lap, and she seems to have a very sweet disposition. She's very pretty and very typical Maine Coon looks. She does have a little deformed ear that looks like something that maybe she was born with, or an accident that she had at some point. We actually don't know, but it doesn't seem to stop her looking very beautiful. And I think she'd suit any sort of home, except probably one with very young children. It's unlikely that she will have met children before or lived with kids. She does seem to be very tolerant of other cats, because she came from a hoarder situation where there are many, many cats, and they usually free feed, which is why she's gained a little bit of weight, but she's very sweet.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Humane Society of Sedona.
Opa, come and get your Greek on at the Greek Cafe located on Main Street in Cottonwood.
Hi, I'm Karen. At the Greek Cafe, we specialize in authentic Greek and Mediterranean cuisine. Our fresh and homemade recipes date back over a century and have been handed down from generation to generation. At the Greek Cafe, we offer many exciting varieties such as gyros, kebabs, souvlaki, falafel, hummus, and delicious vegetarian plates. Come see for yourself. We're on Main Street in Cottonwood across from Sherwin-Williams.
Greek Cafe. Opa!
This is Panda. Panda's a 2-year-old male. He's domestic short hair. He came to us about a month ago. His owner had to move and had to give up the cats. Panda's lived with other cats before and gets along fine with them. He can be a little shy to start with, but once he settles in and is comfortable at where he is, he just loves to be petted, rolled on his back, have his belly stroked. Hello. Again, this is Panda, 2 years old, neutered male.
This is Boo Boo. She is a silver and white kitty, or grey and white kitty, and she is 3 years old. She came to us and had 6 babies. So her babies are kind of grey and white, a bit of a combination, and some of those are being adopted or being adopted. And now it's her turn for a forever home. Because she's a very active little gal, I would say she would suit any sort of home. She's actually very, very playful and very much very much like a kitten herself. So I think she's going to be very, very adaptable and lively. And she's got a great personality. She just wants to play and run. She'll be great with kids, I think. This is Mimi. She is a Duluth calico kitty with these really stunning markings, very unusual looking. She loves to be petted, loves to sit on laps. She's pretty tolerant of any sort of situation. She came from a family and she was surrendered with a dog to the shelter. I think she'd get along with pretty much anybody or any situation. She's a gentle girl and she's very sophisticated. She is very friendly. She's 12 years old, but her fur is super soft, and that's young still for a cat. I have a cat that's approaching 20, and other people I know have cats that are around 20, so that's still very young. And she certainly acts very young. She might not play, but she certainly is a young and very cute kitty. This is Tillman. He loves to be petted and he's a very sweet boy. He's only 1 year old, so he's actually quite big. He hasn't long left his kitten stage, so he's probably very playful. He's black and it's likely that he gets along well with other kitties. He came in as a stray, so we're not exactly sure of his background, but I think he'd be pretty adaptable to any sort of background, any sort of household, simply because he's just so very young. And he's a little bit frightened at first, but he warms up very quickly. He's actually quite relaxed now. And when he does meow, oh boy, he has got a very, very big voice. Aren't you? Yeah. Oh, and he's purring now. He's a very contented little boy, aren't you? Fancy that. Gone from wailing to purring in just a few minutes.
After the break, we'll visit with the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.
Verde Veterinary Hospital in Cottonwood is your full-service companion animal hospital and has achieved AAHA accreditation, reflecting total commitment to provide quality veterinary care throughout the life of your pet. Verde Vet provides comprehensive medical, surgical, and dental care and offers 24-hour emergency service and house calls. Heartworm testing, feline viral testing, and nail testing, all available without an appointment. Verde Veterinary Hospital.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
The Adopt for Life Center for Animals is located on Mingus Avenue in Cottonwood, open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 to 3. They offer many adoptable dogs and cats. Volunteers are always needed in local rescues and animal shelters. Ask to speak with the volunteer coordinator. Visit the Adopt for Life Center for Animals online or in person for more information about adopting a new pet.
This pretty guy, I'm sorry, Gilly, this pretty guy is Gilly. Gilly's about a 1 to 2 year old heeler mix. He is super, super friendly. Loves everybody, gets along with other dogs, great on his walks, just loves to be loved. And he's just beautiful. His coloring around his head is just so pretty, and he knows it. He knows he's a pretty boy. This dog would be wonderful for just about any family. He's just friendly, easygoing. You know, he can be a little active at times. You know, if you had a fenced yard, that would be helpful for him. But I mean, there's just absolutely nothing wrong with this guy, other than he doesn't like to sit still very much. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what more I can tell you about him. He is just so perfect, such a lover, gets along with everybody. He came in with another dog named Potter. They were both traveling together. I don't know if they were from the same place or whether they met on the road and decided to become partners or not, but the two of them are both kind of the same personality. The Potter's a good guy too. So anyway, this is Gilly, pretty Gilly. This little boy is Danny. Danny is a 4-year-old heeler mix. He's very, very loving. Just loves to be petted and cuddle up next to you. He'll just bury his head right in your lap. And he's a pretty good boy. He's high energy. He pulls just a little bit on the walk. Not that he pulls hard, but he doesn't leave any slack in the leash either. He likes to get out and go. He gets along pretty well with everybody. He's not a very aggressive guy. And I think it would be great to have a yard for him because he's so high energy that if he doesn't have that, then I think you're going to have a problem with him. So I would say you're going to need to get him lots of exercise, otherwise he's going to get kind of anxious on you. Very, very sweet. Just again, loves people and loves to get out and go. He's a mover, so he's trying to move right now, in fact. So this is Danny, a 4-year-old male heeler mix. This beautiful little girl is Truffles. Truffles is about a 6-year-old Calihuda hound. That's a mouthful. But Truffles is a wonderful girl. She came to us as a surrender. She knows all her basic commands of sit and stay and lay and all those good things. She is very good with kids. She had some kids in the home. She's also very good with other dogs. So pretty much the complete package. Her general nature is pretty calm. She can be a little protective of space. You know, she doesn't show real well in the kennel all the time when people come up because she's a little bit afraid. She is skittish, but she is just a wonderful girl. Her coat is so soft, and she's so pretty, and she just loves everybody. Be nice if she had a yard to run in. This is a kind of an active breed of dog. So if she had a yard that she could run in, that would be great. If not, she would get along pretty well as long as she got some regular walks. And people just love her. That's all she wants, is just to be loved. So again, this is Truffles. What a pretty girl she is. This little girl's name is Sharna. Sharna's about a 2-year-old. We think maybe a little Shar-Pei mix, not quite sure. She's kind of generic here, so it's hard for us to tell, but she's a very, very good dog. But she tends to be a little bit timid and a little bit shy. It takes her a little bit longer than most dogs to warm up and tend to like you a little bit. But Sharna's got a story too. Sharna came to us quite a while ago, probably 4 months ago, and got herself adopted. People loved her, took her out of the shelter, turned down the street on Mingus, kind of went up the mountain a little bit, not really sure what for, but opened the door to get out, and Sharna blitzed out of the door, and because she was so shy, she wouldn't come back to the people. So we had dog hunts going on for her, looking for her up the mountain there, trying to find her, because she was still pretty young and not a very big dog, and we didn't think she'd do very well. So for the whole weekend, people were driving up the mountain, looking for her everywhere. No one was seeing her. And finally, she started appearing. We had brochures out all over, and people started seeing them, and they saw her, but once again, they couldn't get close to her because she was so shy, she'd just take off. Well, about a month later, some of the dog walkers who were really doing the hunt for her, that had walked her and got close to her, noticed her in their neighborhood over in Clarkdale, out by Pine Shadows. No one knows how she got there, but somehow she worked her way all the way from across the mountain, down below Jerome, over in the Clarkdale. So she survived the ordeal. And she recognized the dog walker, and so she started coming up to the house, again, very timidly, but they had a dog, and she'd start stealing some of the dog's food. And as time went on, she got braver and braver, and finally, she let the people touch her and hold her and take care of her a little bit. And so she got real accustomed to being there. However, they can't keep her because they have another dog and a cat, and they live in a small house, and so they couldn't take care of her. So they brought her back here. So this is her second time here with us. And she's just a wonderful dog, as you can see here. She's just very gentle and very loving, but again, shy. While she was out on her ordeal, she did something to her eye. She must have got it poked on a cactus or something like that. So she's got a bad eye, but we've taken her to the vet, and the vet says there's really nothing they can do for it. It's not hurting her at all. She may or may not be blind in it. Whatever the case, she doesn't have perfect vision. She may see shadows and stuff for it. But there's not really much that can be done, so it's not as though it's a medical concern that you'd have to worry about. It's just something that you'd need to know about her. So that's pretty much her story. She's a very, very loving girl, and she'd make a wonderful dog for someone that has the patience to let her get used to you and start to do some bonding with you. And I think she'd be great with kids. She's very good with other dogs. I'm not so sure about cats. She had kind of an interest in the feral cat that was out in front of our shelter here this morning. She didn't do anything, but her ears perked up, and she was definitely in attention mode, but no growling, no pulling, anything else. So it'd be something I think she'd probably get used to if you did some proper introductions. So that's my girl, Sharna.
This is Shaggy. She's a 1-year-old female, and she's a Chow Retriever mix. Shaggy is a little shy, and she was surrendered. Shaggy would need a fenced yard. And I think a quiet home. If someone has another dog, I would suggest a meet and greet. Sometimes they're shy in the shelter here, but if she gets out, she could change. She would need a lot of attention to get over her shyness. But she's a beautiful girl. She'd like a fenced yard. And I don't know about kids. It would be, with her shyness, it might be better to have her in a quiet home and get her settled down. But she's 1 year old, a little on the shy side, and she's a Chow Retriever mix. And that's Shaggy.
Okay, this beautiful brindle guy is called Joe. Joe Boxer. And Joe's been with us for just a few weeks now. He was found as a stray. He was wandering around by Arby's. He must have stopped in for something, didn't realize they were going to be closed. But anyway, he's just a wonderful guy. He's very, very gentle and loving. He's easy to walk. And he actually likes dogs and cats. I'm told, I haven't experienced that personally, but that's what I'm told, is he likes dogs and cats. He's a very, very gentle guy, and easygoing temperament to him, very, very alert. They say he's about 2 years old. I think that's probably pushing it. He might be a little bit younger than that, but certainly no more than 2 years old. And he's just a fantastic animal. There's not a thing wrong with him whatsoever that I could even mention to you to be aware of. So the only thing I'd be aware of is a lot of kisses, because he likes to give kisses. And that's Joe.
This is Jerry. He's a little terrier, tough little dude. He's strong. Got some Chihuahua in him, but I would say that would be his primary heritage. He is a calm guy. He likes other dogs. He's traveling with his friend Ben, and he gets along with other dogs. We haven't tested him with cats or children yet, but it seems like if you have that situation, we could try it out. As you can see from his face, he got his face mixed in with somewhere it shouldn't have been, but he's healed very well, and now he's doing real well. He's a neutered male, about 2 years old, strong little man, and if you want a small to medium size family dog, this is your guy. This is Jerry.
This guy here is named Partly, which is kind of an unusual name, but he's a surrender, and that's the name he had when he came in, so we're going to keep it for him. And they called him Partly because he's got one brown eye and one blue eye, so he's partly brown and partly blue, and that's his story. He's an older dog. He's about 8 or 9 years old, but the good thing about him is he is housebroken, he likes dogs, he likes cats, he likes kids, he just likes just about everybody. Partly was surrendered because he loves attention, lots and lots of attention. And if he doesn't get attention, he gets anxious. And when he gets anxious, he likes to roam. So that's how he ended up here. So you're going to need a fenced yard if you're going to have him, and it's going to have to be a good sized fence, because otherwise, if you're not giving him enough attention, he'll be back here again looking for another home probably. But he's a wonderful dog. He's an easy walk, very even temperament, just an all-around great guy. The people hated to give him up, but they just couldn't handle him anymore, and so he came to us, and that's partly.
This is Ropa. Ropa is a 10 months old lab mix puppy. She might, from the looks of her hair, have a little terrier in her. But the lab part, she's very playful. In her pen with her kennel mate there, she's very lively. Right now she's probably a little camera shy. But with the lab mix, I'm sure she'd be good with children and with another dog. And it would be nice to have a yard and I'm sure long walks. She's a very friendly little puppy. And Ropa is a 1-year-old lab mix.
This beautiful little girl is Diamond. Diamond, as you can see, has a little bit of a Staffordshire Terrier mix in her. She's really, really a wonderful girl. She loves people, loves to give big sloppy kisses. Can I give a sloppy kiss? Not yet, okay. And as I say, she just loves people. Not so much other animals. I think she may have been one of those that they had in mind as a breeder. She's extremely powerful. Her muscle tone is amazing. So it makes me believe that whoever had her at first was kind of looking at her as being a breeder for some other pit bulls. But I think with some socialization she might do all right. But at first I really would suggest that she be the only animal, only pet in the home. As I say, she's very gentle with people, so I wouldn't have any concerns with her as far as being around children and everything. In fact, I think she'd love it. She loves to play. She's a high activity kind of a girl. And so I think it would just be a good situation for her to be in a home where she was the main focus of attention. She would need a yard to run around in. She is, as I say, very active. She needs lots and lots of exercise. Out on the road when we take our walk, she's very easy to walk. She doesn't pull at all. Hey, look up, look up. She doesn't pull, she just follows right along. When she gets closer to the shelter, she pulls because I think she sees it as home, but I think she'd much rather be in a real home where people could be there to love her all the time, right? Kiss, good kiss. This active guy is called Milo. Milo's a male, he's neutered, he's 2 years old, he's a lab mix of some sort, and he is extremely active. This is one guy that really needs somebody that's got an active lifestyle because he loves to walk, loves to run, he'll pull a little bit. I think that you're going to have a yard or something to put him in because if you're trying to keep him in the house, my guess is there won't be much left of your house because he'll be jumping all over everything. Other than that, he is just a wonderful boy, loves people. He'll jump on you a little bit. We're working on that, and I think we're getting much better. It used to be kind of an effort to take him for a walk. Now it's not so bad at all. He's learning to walk next to us, kind of a heel kind of a thing. So he's picking up quick. He's very smart. He just doesn't think it's time for him to be settled down quite yet. So he likes to get on the move and go check things out. He's not real good with other dogs. Not bad, but not good either. He's a little bit on the aggressive side. I think he just needs socialization. I don't think it's something that's going to be permanent for him if he's socialized with other animals, introduced, you know, gently to them, you know, taking it a little bit at a time. I think he'd do pretty good, but I wouldn't suggest just walking him up to another dog and thinking that he's going to get along with them, because that's probably not going to be the case. But other than that, he's just an absolute lover. I love him. He's one of my best friends here. We do really good with each other. He lights up when he sees me coming to his cage, and I light up when we get out on the trail, and he's giving me kisses and everything, and we just have a great old time together. And that's my buddy Milo. Thank you. This beautiful girl is Lanny. Lanny is a 4-year-old, and we're told she is a Whippet Staffordshire Terrier mix. She's got the activity level of a Whippet, I can tell you that. She just goes, goes, goes. She's very easygoing. She loves life. She loves people. She likes other dogs, and she likes to run. So those are her characteristics. On her walk, she's just simply wonderful. It's almost fun to walk her because her ears are perked up all the time, her nose is sniffing, moving right along, not pulling on the leash, just out cruising for the day. So she really likes to be out there with her humans. She likes other doggies. Yeah, tell them you like other doggies. Come here, sit, sit. And the only problem with her is that she doesn't sit very well for very long. She wants to go. She's a goer. She's a mover and a shaker. But she'd be great with any kind of a family. She likes kids. She gets along pretty well with other dogs. Cats, we're told, she doesn't care much for, and sometimes small dogs kind of spook her a little bit. But other than that, she's really just great and gets along with everybody, and she'd be a wonderful pet. This beautiful guy, his name is Potter. Potter is about a 2 to 3 year old Aussie mix, and Potter is about as friendly as you can get. As you see, he loves to be close to his people. He is pretty easygoing, although he has an active streak in him. He gets along with other dogs, all kinds of people. He's gentle as can be, friendly as can be a perfect dog for a family with kids, someone that could help get rid of some of that anxious energy that he has. And he's pretty smart too, so he'd be pretty easy to train. That's if you can get his attention long enough. He's kind of a wild child at times. But all in all, he's just a really, really good boy. As I say, he just loves people. As you can see, he has no problem curling up on your lap and giving you all kinds of kisses and all that good stuff. But you also can see the active side of him here. But anyway, this is Potter. He's a good boy. He is. He's a good boy, aren't you? This beautiful girl is Maisie. Maisie's got fantastic coloring to her. She's a heeler mix, about 3 years old. She is extremely gentle and friendly and just loves human attention. Maisie's kind of funny on her walks. She's kind of in command of the situation because she'll walk real nice and she'll, kind of walk out in front of you. Then all of a sudden she'll just stop and she'll sit down and she won't go anywhere till you come give her some loving. You give her a little bit of loving, back on the trail again, ready to walk. So unless you feel like carrying her all the way back to where you started from, you got to give her loving or you won't get there. But Maisie gets along fine with other dogs. loves people, would be a wonderful family dog because she's going to be great with kids. As I say, she just loves attention. So if you got a family that would love to love on a little dog, this is your perfect match. She would probably like a yard, but I don't know that that'd be absolutely necessary for her. She's not overly active. She is very shy at first. She needs to get to know you. Once she gets to know you, which is pretty quick, doesn't take her long to figure out you're okay, then she's good to go. But at first you got to take it slow with her. No real fast movements because that'll scare her away. But once she finds out that you're a friend, she'll be just wonderful for you. And just to prove that, this morning was the first time I walked her and learned her little behavior about stopping and needing some loving, and you can see how good friends we are already. So that's how quickly she'll get to know you and get to love you. And that's Macy.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.
Opa, come and get your Greek on at the Greek Cafe located on Main Street in Cottonwood.
Hi, I'm Karen. At the Greek Cafe, we specialize in authentic Greek and Mediterranean cuisine. Our fresh and homemade recipes date back over a century and have been handed down from generation to generation. At the Greek Cafe, we offer many exciting varieties such as gyros, kebabs, souvlaki, falafel, hummus, and delicious vegetarian plates. Come see for yourself. We're on Main Street in Cottonwood across from Sherwin-Williams.
Greek Cafe. Opa!
Verde Veterinary Hospital in Cottonwood is your full-service companion animal hospital and has achieved AAHA accreditation, reflecting total commitment to provide quality veterinary care throughout the life of your pet. Verde Vet provides comprehensive medical, surgical, and dental care and offers 24-hour emergency service and house calls. Heartworm testing, feline viral testing, and nail testing, all available without an appointment. Verde Veterinary Hospital.
This is Amor. She's a 1.5 years old, calico, female, spayed. She was a good mom here at the shelter. All of her kittens have been adopted. So now it's her turn to find a home. She's very playful. She loves to play. She gets along well with other cats, and she would be a fine addition to anybody's home. Again, Amor, 1.5 years old, female, calico, and looking for her forever home. This is Crimson. She's a mature lady of about 5. She's a female, spayed, tortie. She's very loving. She loves to snuggle, would make a great lap cat. She would probably do best in a quiet environment, being older. And again, Crimson, a female tortie, about 5 years old, looking for her forever home. This is Starsky. He's about 1.5 years, edging up on 2 years old. Male, black, obviously. He is one heck of a player. He loves other cats. He loves small children. He will play all day long if you have the energy. He is very affectionate. He can be a nice lap cat once you wear him out, and he would be a good addition to anybody's home. Again, Starsky, about 1.5 years, pushing towards 2 years old, male, neutered, very playful, and looking for his forever home. Being a good boy. This is Babu, a female 2-year-old Siamese. She has beautiful blue eyes. She's a mature lady. She would be a perfect lap cat. She would prefer to be the only cat in your household, and she would love to go home with you today. Again, Babu, a female Siamese, beautiful blue eyes, show me blue eyes. And she would like to be an only cat since she is a mature lady. This is Peaches, a 1.5 years old, male, orange and white tabby. He's very playful, very friendly, gets along great with other cats. He likes kids. He would be a fine addition to anybody's household. Again, Peaches, 1.5 years old, orange and white tabby, very playful. He also would like to lay in your lap occasionally, in between playing, of course. And he gets along great with other cats. This is Vanilla, 2.5, 3-year-old, light orange, female tabby. She's a mature lady. She would make a great lap cat. She gets along well with other cats, as she will be willing to testify. Again, Vanilla, 2.5, 3-year-old, female, light orange tabby, looking for her forever home.
After the break, we'll visit with more adoptable dogs and cats from the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.
Camp Verde Eye Care has moved, but not too far, just a few doors from where they were in the Outpost Mall. It's the same expert service from Dr. Jack Houston and his knowledgeable staff in their terrific new surroundings. Since 1976, Camp Verde Eye Care has been helping residents of the Verde Valley to see more clearly. Call for an appointment or visit them online at cv-eyecare.com. They're still in the Basha Shopping Center and have a beautiful new facility. Camp Verde Eye Care accepts care credit.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. There are now 3 varieties of Doritos Locos Tacos at Taco Bell: Nacho Cheese, Cool Ranch, and the new Fiery Doritos Locos Taco. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
This is Mickey Mouse, an unfortunate name, but a great cat. He's about 7 years old, male, neutered. His owner could no longer care for him, and he had to move in here at the animal shelter. He's declawed front and back, and he loves snuggling. He would make a great lap cat and is looking for his forever home. Again, Mickey Mouse, a male, neutered, 7-year-old, declawed front and back cat looking for his forever home. This is Miggy. She's a mature lady of about 7. She's a Siamese seal point, spayed, and as you can see, she has delightful blue eyes. She was a surrender. Her owner couldn't care for her any longer, so she's a little distraught presently. She would make someone a lovely lap cat. We don't know how she gets along with dogs or young children, but she would definitely be a great candidate for an only cat in your home. Again, Miggy, M-I-G-G-Y, Siamese seal point, about 7 years old, and she'd make a good addition for anyone's home. This is Cyrus, 2-year-old, male, light orange tabby. He's highly playful. He likes other cats, gets along well. He would also be a fine lap cat in between play sessions. And again, Cyrus, 2-year-old, male, orange tabby. Very playful, likes other cats, would make a fine addition to anybody's home. This is Toffee, female spayed tiger. She is about 5 or 6 months old. She's highly playful, likes other cats, and gets along well with children. She's been in our free-ranging cat room and had a lot of exposure with a lot of different types of people and children. Would make a fine addition to any home. Again, Toffee, 5-6-month-old female spayed tiger tabby.
All animals leaving the Adopt for Life Center for Animals are given rabies vaccinations and are spayed or neutered. If the animal's not old enough, vouchers will be given to the adopted family. Visit the Adopt for Life Center for Animals on Mingus Avenue in Cottonwood to visit with any of the animals seen on this program. More pets are waiting for new homes at the Adopt for Life Center for Animals.